Hey guys, today we are going to talk about some pigeon hunting.
Pigeon hunting.
Pigeon. Yep.
I like it.
And I'm hot off of a really good hunt with Nick Johnson and some of his clients.
Dude, why don't you tell us about it?
He had clients from Kansas City.
That drove up for it?
Yeah.
Dear God.
That drove up to shoot pigeons.
That's insane.
And they were killers. And I mean killers.
Really?
Like, dude.
Shot the shit out of it.
Yeah, they were good shots.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were very good shots, and they drove through the night to get there, so they got like 2 hours of sleep, and they were there for like a guy's weekend. So they were going pike fishing, and then they were going to go trout fishing and go gambling or something. I was like,
Sick.
damn.
It's just a fun-ass weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were just like being outdoor boys the entire time they were there.
That's sick, though. I love that.
And they actually don't live too far from Carter's Big Island. And so
Oh,
he's like,
cool.
you were hunting with Carter's Big Island? I was like,
yeah.
Nice. Just instantly. But, we shot 108 pigeons.
Oh, my gosh.
In under 3 hours.
Yeah, that's insane. That's so much fun.
Dude, and here's the craziest thing about that shoot is there was a silo right here, but a lot of them were coming from behind us.
Yeah.
And we were like shooting like right after 5:15. We all met there at 5:15, got there 5 minutes early.
Did Nick have stuff set up already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you watch the video, he'll like talk about how nervous he is about guiding, and he gets there like way too early and gets everything set up. It's hilarious. He's a really good guide.
Yeah.
Really takes it seriously, but
For
like
sure.
too seriously.
Yeah.
That's how it was when I went and goose hunted with them. It was just us two to get pictures. We were there way too early.
Yep.
And walked in way too far.
Yeah.
With way too many DSDs. But it was a great hunt. So
That's Nick.
Yep.
That's Nick. But no, so they're like popping out of the silo. You remember the map shipment from Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Like all the containers?
Yeah.
And someone would just spawn right in front of you, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just kill him? Yeah. You would watch, I'm not shitting you, you're looking at the silo. There's no pigeons on it. You go like this. Now there's 3 pigeons on the silo. And you're like, how is that possible? You know,
Yeah.
you looked all around, there's nothing flying. And Nick's like, I think they're just popping out of the silo. I'm like, how are they just popping out of the silo, Nick? They're literally just spawning, and everyone's like, oh my God, yeah, they're
Pigeon
and
kill.
so finally, I'm just
Spawn
sitting
kill.
there watching it for like 4 minutes straight, and I'm just like, there's 1, there's 2, there's 5, there's like boop 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 boop.
They were literally popping out
They
of
were
the silo.
literally popping out of the silo.
They were spawning.
They were spawning out of the silo. It was hilarious. And at
That's
one
awesome.
point, like 5 dropped down, and then 30 came out of nowhere from the silo. Like we're all watching the 5, and they're just kind of like doing a couple of circles, and he's like, get ready, and all of a sudden 30 out of nowhere from the silo. Dump.
Did you beat that group up?
Yeah,
Bad, yeah.
pretty bad. Yeah. I think our best group was like 20.
What's the biggest reason that what's the reason you like pigeon hunting? I mean, like, I know why I think it's important, but why it's good.
Why do I like it?
Well, what's like your biggest, motivator for like, oh, I'm going to go pigeon hunt? Is it just like an off-season fun thing, or what's
It's
like
an off-season fun thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it started, and then I realized that farmers really appreciate you killing pigeons for them.
That was my thing.
Yeah, they really appreciate you killing them, and then you build a relationship with that farmer. You talk to him multiple times a summer, so then when it comes to the fall, you have a better chance of getting permission to shoot.
A lot
ducks and
easier
geese.
to start with pigeons. They don't care about pigeons.
No, they don't care. Not a whole bunch of people are trying to ask for permission, and they're just detrimental to their farm.
You know, the funny thing to me about pigeon hunting, though, that is like interesting is you'll get permission to hunt pigeons, right? And you're going to hunt pigeons like right next to the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're shooting them in like, you're a lot of the time you're right near like some of the, pens and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll go and you'll be like, hey, you care if I shoot geese out here in the field? And they're like, well, no, I don't know. We don't let anybody hunt. You're like, okay, you're comfortable with me shooting.
They're
pigeons.
usually all yes or
know,
all
but-
no.
But sometimes you'll get a mix, though, where people will be like, they say no initially about hunting ducks and geese. And then you'll be like, well, I noticed you got a lot of pigeons. Can we shoot the pigeons? And then they'll be like, well, sure, yeah, I don't like the
Well, that's
pigeons.
because they bother him.
I know, but isn't that funny, though?
Yeah.
It's like, what's your reason then for saying no about the geese? And a lot of the time when they like you, then you'll come back around and they'll be like, yeah, you can shoot geese out here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just like where I get milk from. You know, she's like, no, you're going to scare the cows. And I was like, I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
And I respect it.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you, all the places that I pigeon hunt, I'm literally shooting over the cows because that's where all the pigeons are going. And these farmers don't care. The cows don't get spooked. Like, what are you worried about? The cows getting spooked and going through the fence? And they're like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Can I show you? I'll fix your fence for you. And one person
Joey
said,
doesn't take no for an answer.
And one person said, yes, you can show me. And the cows came towards me.
Sure.
And she's like, oh, well then, yeah, I don't care. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm really not trying to be like, let me show you.
Kind of, though. A little bit like, let me show you.
Well, when you hear the same excuse all the time, you're like, it doesn't affect them, buddy. But it's their land, it's their property. I'm still trying to be respectful. And so, but then for the gal that I get milk from, she was saying, no, I want you to spook the cows. I'm like, okay. 4 days later, she texted me and said, please come and kill them all the pigeons.
Couldn't take them anymore.
And then she was out there when I was doing it. I was like, no, watch when I shoot, like, in the direction of the cows. Like, I'm not shooting at the cows, obviously. The pigeons are up in the air. And I'm just shooting them, trading from silo to silo. I was like, watch, they'll come running up to the fence where I'm at. She's like, oh, my God. That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't get it.
What's the most pigeon-infested farm you've ever seen?
I was hunting with Rustad. It was a 5,000 head cattle operation.
Yeah.
And we only shot 186. We should have killed a lot more.
There was so many.
Dude, there were so many.
Thousands.
And you could tell that the farmers were so pissed off at the pigeons that they would go into their barns. And I mean, these are 80 by 400 barns, and they have the big long trusses or rafters coming across.
Oh, it's pigeon in heaven.
And so they went through with like 22s and pellet guns, and they would shoot a bunch. So there's holes all over the metal and whatever. And so what they would do is they would shoot them, the pigeons on the ground. Then they'd go get a ladder and nail that thing to the truss to try to scare off the other pigeons. Because they're just like, what do I do? There were that many pigeons. They're everywhere.
That's insane.
Everywhere. And
did you go in any of the barns?
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like
rafters. Dude, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
Thousands in one barn. It was loud. It was loud.
With
yeah. Just their wings.
Yeah. Damn.
It's all over the place, and you get shit on. You're like, okay.
Just everywhere.
Yeah, poop everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 1,000 pigeons in a barn, a lot of poop.
But what's crazy to me that I don't understand is that if you let them, like, be in a spot for a long time and their poop really starts to build up, I can't remember if it's 20 years or 25 years, it becomes extremely toxic, their poop. And so, like, when you move it, or, like, it gets disturbed, it can kill you.
They love eating
when you breathe it
material.
When you breathe in their shit, it becomes extremely toxic.
Oh, man. Those farmers are just in toxicity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just piles of
Toxicity in our city. Exactly.
Who was that even?
Crystalia.
Oh, Crystalia.
Mm-hmm.
There was a song called Toxicity. Remember that?
Really?
Yeah. System of a Down.
Oh, really?
Toxicity.
Oh,
I think.
Tell you what came across my TikTok the other day was a Britney Spears remix that was EDM.
Oh, yeah.
Unreal.
You think she's like, I think that's a clone. You think that's not her?
I have no opinion on it.
Idea.
I have not even thought about
I don't have
Britney
an opinion
Spears.
on it. It's just
but
funny.
remind me when we're done here to show you that because it is a banger.
All right.
But no, pigeon hunting is so much fun, dude. It's a fun way to like get your dog running, getting it ready for season, like keeping it steady with a lot of shots going off. And then also to give him retrieves. And then also you're helping out people. And then an extra little bonus is they do ban pigeons.
They do. We learned about that with Ben last week.
Mm-hmm.
Some very, very prized possessions you are maybe shooting.
Yeah. No, that's why I put them on my lanyard too.
Sure.
I think I have 5.
Fuck that guy that bought that $200,000 pigeon, dude. Got that shit on my lanyard.
No, they're just saying that it's worth that because of how much money
it's crazy though, right?
That is crazy.
Yeah. Can't imagine thinking that I owned a pigeon worth that much money.
No. Oh, the guys that we were pigeon hunting with too, they bought a couple of homers or passenger pigeons, whatever. I think homers. And they like homed it to their treehouse where they would like get drunk and party. And so then they had a pigeon party. And they invited a bunch of girls over and like a bunch of people, and they're like, we're going to let him out of the coop for like the first time. We've had him for 4 months, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to watch him come back, you know?
Yeah.
So they brought all these people over and they released the pigeons and they never came back.
Yeah, that's the best. I love it. Yeah. I saw that coming.
That's funny.
That is funny.
But like that's a huge community, like having your own pigeons and letting them fly around and free fly, whatever. It's just like, that's cool. Like
That's
Jordan's
hilarious.
Harvest does it.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Guy does it.
Oh, yeah. Bunch of people. Pigeons in cages.
Bunch of people do it, man.
They
like,
love them pigeons.
I'm out.
Dirty ass animals, bud.
Dirty ass birds.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate it. Go find some pigeons. Help out a farmer. Talk to you guys soon.